Hello Toronto, I'm Kelvin, and on behalf of the Keeping It Real Book Club and Keep Toronto Reading Campaign, I'd like to recommend Tokyo Vice by Jake Adelstein. Tokyo Vice is the story of Jake's experiences as a crime reporter for the Yomiuri Shimbun, Japan's largest newspaper, if not the world's largest. He takes us on a journey from being a junior reporter to covering the seedy underbelly of Japan, things like extortion, murder, human trafficking, corruption, amongst other things. There's stories of him investigating dog breeders who happen to be serial murderers, witnessing suicides by immolation, that is, setting yourself on fire. Oh, and he's really ballsy here. At one point, he pretends to be an Iranian to help catch an Iranian murder suspect. And he spends the night exploring the Japanese phenomenon of the host club. That is, clubs where women pay through the nose for the company of young men. Eventually, Jake chances upon a story about the senior member of the Yamaguchi Gumi, which is Japan's most infamous and one of the largest Yakuza groups. The story puts his life in danger, and he finds himself up against the wall. He drops the story, but this book is the byproduct of that struggle. Eventually, things sort themselves out, but, and I will spoil things here, the road ahead becomes rife with loss and heartbreak as things take on a downward spiral. Tokyo Vice is a great book. I'd say it's done amazingly in terms of international rights, and it's been reprinted multiple times since its publication in December in 2009, but really, only publishers and booksellers care about that kind of thing. I will say, though, that I don't often read true crime. It's actually one of the things I read the least, but this has become one of my favorite books. Jake's got a really dry sense of humor, and it's really fun to follow in his footsteps through the darkest side of Japanese society, which few people really get to see. He paints a very vivid picture of his past life, and you really can't help but be interested in his characters, who live in the world where morality takes on a really dense shade of gray. There are honorable Yakuza, there's corrupt cops, there's crazed informants, and a host of other characters that leap right off the page. Also, there's many lines in this book that are really quotable. I'm going to read from a passage that other reviewers like to use for good reason. And in this passage, Jake is a junior reporter, and he's meeting one of the honorable Yakuza. He's still young and he's still new, so Jake's feeling a little self-righteous. So the Yakuza tries to even the moral ground between them. Here we go. But the biggest cash cow was extortion. Kaneko put it this way: you and I are in the same business. You collect information and sell it, so do we. You get paid to put scandalous information in the paper. We get paid to keep information out of the paper. We're both in the information industry. If you like fast-paced narrative, if you like characters of real depth and snappy writing, Tokyo Vice is for you. The author staked his life on this book, and the darkness that he uncovers is memorable, entertaining, and truly terrifying. Thanks for listening, Toronto, and keep reading.